I've been wanting to make this video for a while now about the AJT Design Key Fob replacement housing for the Jeep Gladiator key. This key fob slash key is freaking huge. I'm not exactly sure what possessed them to make a key fob that was the size of like a 90s flip phone. So we're gonna give this one a try and see. Really, Dexter? So we're gonna try the AJT Design Key Fob and see what we think of the installation. So I guess one of the reasons why I wanted to make a video of doing this change out of the stock case, key fob case, to the AJT one is reading a lot of the reviews made it sound like there was a lot to be desired, and I haven't even opened this yet, as you can see. I don't know what it looks like. So let's go ahead and open it and see what we have here. So the case is still fairly big, maybe a little bit bigger than I was thinking it was going to be. Got the gray one. No particular reason. Decal. Where to get instructions. Do not use thread locker. So it's not a ton smaller, but it is a little bit smaller, and I bet it is a little bit better in the pocket. So a lot of the reviews that I saw were complaining about how difficult it was to get the case put back together. To get this case put together and keep the battery in the right spot. We have the remote start, so we're gonna have a few extra little steps. Probably gonna try using the little fulcrum. So I didn't set this up, I didn't plan this. I just want it to be a video like the average dude bought this, and this is what it's like to put it together. Obviously don't want to break anything. I've never had one of these apart. Looks like it's all still in one piece. They really got that back held on there tight. So another complaint a lot of people have with the original key fob is this thing coming open in your pocket. That does in fact happen to me about 10 times daily if I keep it in my pocket. I may have to go out and get a smaller screwdriver to get this battery out of here. There we go. Maybe. Battery is a CR2450 in case anybody wants to know for the future. Comes with a small Torx driver. shoot any of these bits across the floor. There's a spring in there. Or across the room, I should say. So we're trying to get to this piece and this piece. That's our actual buttons. I've heard that getting this piece out can be, this is the transponder for starting the Jeep if your battery dies. So this is the transponder in case your fob battery dies, so you can get your Jeep started in the event that your battery dies. So I think to get that guy out of there, I'm going to use like an X-Acto knife and maybe just open up this piece of plastic right here a little bit so we're not so hard on that transponder. So let me get an X-Acto knife and we'll get that guy out of there. Try not to cut my fingers off. Yeah, it's some pretty hard plastic. So I'm actually removing a section of this plastic because I would rather break off this little piece of the original fob housing than damage that transponder. Okay. So we got the transponder taken out. Just the slightest of a little mar on the side there, but not too bad. And it is in there tight. So we shouldn't need this piece anymore. Shouldn't need this piece anymore. And we shouldn't need this piece anymore. Comes with the Allen wrench, which is nice, so I don't have to go scare one up. Feeling for any kind of burrs in here. I guess some people have said they've had some problems with the buttons sticking. So we don't use the one that says lock. We need unlock and lock. So yeah, that's pretty tight in there. It's getting better already. I'm probably going to take a little piece of sandpaper and just kind of polish those up a little bit. See, it'll actually stay in there. It's not too bad though. And then we need panic. Okay, so I'm going to deburr these little parts real quick and then we'll be right back to it. Okay, so I just went around and I just touched all these little edges with a piece of 400 grit sandpaper. Didn't really remove anything per se, we're just taking the edges off. I went around the edges of all the buttons. Now you can see when we put the buttons in there that they should literally just not stick. We don't want sticking buttons. See, it'll just go in there and then fall out. So that should improve the out-of-the-box performance. Here's where the transponder goes in the new housing. I'm literally just winging this, guys. I watched the video of the creator. At least I think he was the creator of these on YouTube once. And now I'm just winging it. So I might have touched on it earlier about why I'm making this video, and it was mostly because I wanted to see how difficult this was, because the reviews were, some guys just said they had a hell of a time putting theirs together. So I'm assuming the little fulcrum goes in that way. We've got our 3 buttons in place. So I'm still debating if I want to use that fulcrum or not. So there's two holes in the board, and these 2 pins on the back are going to go in those holes. Yes, I know the battery's not in there yet. I'm not convinced that I like that fulcrum yet. I'm going to try it without it. I think I like it better without it, honestly. I can actually hear the buttons. And you should never really be pushing in the middle. I'll keep the fulcrum, of course, just in case I end up finding a reason I want to put it back in there. It is optional, though. I think we're ready for everybody's trickiest subject. And that was trying to keep this battery in place while putting the case on. So they say to hold it kind of at an angle. So you can see there's this little lip right here. We've got to get the battery shoved in behind that to get the lid to go back on. Not lid, but the back of the case. There she goes. So I think if you have an understanding that that lip is there, that's molded into the back of the case, you'll have a better understanding of where you need to push that battery to get it to go together. If I've screwed this up in any way, go ahead and let me know. I can take it. So no Loctite. I'm going to get these screws put in, and then we're going to take this guy outside for the grand unveiling. And this goes without saying. We're just screwing these into plastic, so don't strip the holes clean out of there. And I think as long as this product holds up, I do think I'm going to like it better. Plastic seems to be of pretty good quality. Just some light torque. Enough to keep the screws from falling out, but there we have it. So there's this compartment in the back. I'm sure most of you know this already, where you can pop this guy open and you can punch this roll pin out right here and then put this guy in this little trough. But like I said, I'm gonna hide that key elsewhere in an undisclosed location. Overall, I think it's about what I expected to put together. I don't see anything too scary. Like I said, I think if you have a basic understanding of up front of exactly where that battery is to sit and how to push it in there, even the folks with just the slightest of mechanical ability will be able to figure it out. So let's take this outside and make sure that it works. Quick little surprise. All right, here we can see we got the key fob, the Jeep, unlock. We have unlock, lock, start ×2, and we're running. I don't think I'm going to test the panic mode right now. I don't think any of my neighbors want to hear that. So my initial thoughts on the product are it's excellent. I wish it was a little smaller, but yeah, we can't have everything. So if anybody has any questions on how to put this together, you guys know where to put them. And let me know what you thought of it if you guys put one of these together. I'm gonna go turn the Jeep off.